What up, guys? It's Brian. I'm here with a video covering a debate between T. Russell Hunter, the leader of Abolitionists Rising, the group that infested Charlotte for a few days, and a faculty member of one of the colleges in Charlotte. So I hope you enjoy, and I'd like to see your take on what went down.
Okay, so when one human being, whole class of human beings, get classified as not entitled to the same rights as you don't find that problematic?
I don't find it problematic when they don't even have nerve receptors to feel or understand what's occurring.
When do you think we get nerve receptors, by the way?
I think honestly, what did they say? That 3-month mark is when, not even 3 months. It's a little bit sooner than that.
Oh yeah.
Right? Humans are
Your
truly-
nervous system begins. It's there. And
formation, absolutely.
yeah. So
Formation.
you have a nervous system. It's basically there, and then it needs to develop around 9 weeks, and it just grow from 9 weeks on.
Okay.
So your nervous system does come together following the genetic program in your DNA inside the womb.
So when I'm referring to receptors in a general sense, I'm referring more to, can I feel what is occurring?
Right.
Is there pain? Just like if these
I'm following
children
you.
are being removed from the womb,
So if
they
it's
are
painful,
not being.
so if it's
not
painful, it's wrong. Is murder okay if it's not painful? Like you
So
chloroform
we
someone.
can't mass generalize. That's what we can't
Right.
do. So
Well, that's what
ultimately,
I'm trying not
if
to
I
do.
walk up to somebody and I stab them in their stomach, I cannot say, well, it's my choice.
What if you gave them strong anesthesia first?
It's not my right
They don't feel pain.
to take your adult life as
so you
as I
believe
see
that?
fit.
So the class of human beings that you believe can be owned, oppressed,
I said
and
no to both
destroyed.
of those things.
You said
I stated,
the body
especially
inside
as
the
a black
body
person, we
is
got to be
owned.
clear. I do not believe that you should.
We're both
own.
people. Let's not make it
No,
about
but no,
the color
it
of our
is.
skin.
It is because there's different levels of discrimination that comes with different classes of people. So ultimately,
Right.
my experience will always be different than yours. I have
Okay.
a uterus. You do not, that I know of. I am black.
I do not have a uterus.
I'm just gonna.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I changed my mind. I do have. I have a uterus. I'm a female.
So you're just self-identifying in order to be in this
Nah,
conversation with me? Or,
No, I'm
okay,
saying.
okay,
I'm just
okay.
saying. It's just you said, as far as I know.
Oh, because I'm trying to be as inclusive as possible in my conversation.
You
because I
100%
do
know I don't have a
Yeah.
uterus.
No, I can't 100% know that. I have a little brother who's trans,
Are you-
and if you
are
look
you-
at him, you would
Are
absolutely
you
not
in
know.
college?
You got him.
Just
No,
your college?
I'm actually a staff.
Staff.
Yeah, most definitely, I'm staff. Yeah.
And you think that I could just have a uterus if I wanted it?
No, that's not at all what I said. I said that I could not look at you and determine what it is that you have inside your body. That's what I said.
And you got a job at a college?
Are you a student? You look a little old yourself.
I'm old.
Okay, yeah.
I'm an old
so-
person. I'm not a
so-
student. I was a student for a long, long time.
Yeah, me too.
But never in my wildest dream would I think you could get a job at a university and look at me and not be sure if I would just, I'm just not trying to be mean, but I'm 100% sure that you 100% know from looking at me that I do not have a uterus. And you don't have to pretend just so you're not canceled or whatever.
Oh, no. Actually, it's a very personal matter to me because I have a younger sibling who identifies as trans, and looking at him,
What
you
are
would
they
never
trans
know.
from?
From female to male. Looking at him, you
So
would never
do
know
they
that
no
he
longer have a uterus?
No, he still very much has his
They
uterus.
still are a female?
Okay, so what I'm not going to do is have a conversation regarding a topic that I am not experiencing individually. This
Yeah.
is something that I can
Okay.
speak about because I have a uterus. But other people's
Right.
decision, that's the issue, is that we get too wrapped
What
up
if I just said
in
I've
other
been in a
people's
uterus?
decisions.
Or what if I said I'm a human being and like those other human beings, I believe that they're made in the image of God?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
You're gonna get run for money.
You must have a YouTube channel or something. I don't know.
Your people don't know me. Your people know me.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I annoy them.
Oh, you know them?
I annoy them.
I
Oh,
don't.
you annoy them?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a professional troll.
Oh.
Self-admitted. He's here to annoy us.
Oh well, here if you want.
Oh, cool.
He'll be posting something with this probably, so you'll get to see the opposite.
Yeah.
I've seen
not
your
gonna-
work.
I'm not
It
going
gets
to change
cut.
it anyway.
It gets cut.
I don't want you to be offended by the fact that whenever you said that the mother own
and
the
he
body.
doesn't have my permission to post anything with regards to my image, just so that you have that on your camera.
Unfortunately, with being public. I think unfortunately with being public.
Is North Carolina?
I believe, I'm not
This
sure.
is not my face, not my image.
He'll put everything up.
You're on camera right now.
He'll put
There's cameras
everything
all
up.
over this campus. You know?
They're all recording.
Not as many as you think, but
I'm not the only one recording. They have many of them, like the gentleman
there's-
right.
If you're walking around in public, oh look, there's a camera right there.
Oh, is he the one that's dyslexic? Sorry, it's not an attack. I mentioned something on one of the reels, and the reason I was given was because the guy that put it together was dyslexic, so I wanted to at least converse with him. Not to be a dick or anything. I just don't remember his name. I remember part of the
So
conversation.
you're with the group that's trying to.
No, I'm by myself
Okay,
actually.
Okay, good. I think they all went to lunch, but you've done a pretty good job of derailing this conversation. I don't know if that was your intention, but I am.
Oh, no.
I actually included him, and I actually.
Yeah, it's fine. I just am honestly curious. Whenever you said, I don't know how you phrased it, but was it offensive of me whenever you said, well, that's the woman and she owns what's in her body? And I said, that's disturbing that you think a human can own another human. Was that offensive?
I think that your intention for when you said it, I think it was to be intentional. It was to be.
It was to make you think, oh,
I
man.
think that you also looked at me and realized that it would likely be a more offensive statement based off the color.
Well,
of
I
your
didn't
skin.
want it to be offensive,
Oh,
but
you knew exactly what you're doing.
I say it
You
to
knew
black
exactly
people,
what
white
you're doing.
people, and everything in between.
Sure.
Because
But
I
you
think
knew,
the body
because
inside
you're
your
smart
body.
enough, right?
Maybe,
To understand that there was likely. I mean, I'm just going to assume that you're an intelligent,
Middling.
at least intelligent enough individual. But to assume that I'm not intelligent enough to work here because I believe that people should have the right to.
Well,
do what they
no,
want with their bodies.
I was questioning the fact that you looked at me and you didn't make the observation and conclusion that I obviously didn't have a uterus.
Based off the beginning of my statement, I did make that observation, but then I said I do not want you to be offended.
The
Based
programming
off of what I
came in, and
yeah, it's not programming; it's respect for other people. It's general respect for other people.
well, I'm not saying be disrespectful, but I don't think you can imagine yourself having a uterus and then you have a uterus.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
I don't think you can make yourself.
Didn't say that one way or another.
I think
Certainly
I
did
think
not.
I understand people do trans from what they were born as, and they want to be the opposite gender. I know people do that. I'm not trying to hate on them for doing that, but I do
mean,
think
you
they
did.
should.
Your language is absolutely
What's
very
hateful?
discriminatory. When you said that, I can't just imagine that I have a uterus. A lot of your language is absolutely discriminatory in nature. Trust me, I'm a pro in picking that up, especially the microaggressive statements, things like that. Things like I'm very, very good at picking those up.
Do you like
So-
being aggressed?
Do I like being aggressed?
Yeah.
That's a weird statement.
You don't like it, right? No one likes microaggression.
I mean, I can be just as aggressive in return,
yeah.
but that's a very weird statement. It's a very
question.
weird question to make.
Yeah.
or to
Well, I think
pose.
some people actually find meaning and value, happiness, and a lot of pride in being victims.
Do you think that I'm one of those individuals?
I asked you if you were.
Now, why would you find comfort in asking me, once again, because I think that you're jumping to a lot of conclusions in your head based off of what I look like,
Okay.
and finding comfort enough to ask me those questions, because I do not think that you would ask that similar line of questioning to somebody who did not look like me.
No,
Because
I
I'm
literally
nobody's-
do.
I'm nobody's
The,
victim.
the
I'm
YouTube
only
channel that
sure.
he's referring to, you can literally.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying the same thing to you that I say to anyone. I don't
So
care
I
what
have a
color you
question
are.
for you. I do have
Yeah.
a question for you. This is just general conversation. I'm not going to
You're good.
get too
You're good.
political with it. In the event that a woman is raped, you believe that she is not entitled to an abortion to rid herself of something that she did not ask for. Incest, all of these things.
I think a woman who's raped needs to bring that to the authorities, and the rapist needs to be punished severely for the rape.
Oh, they're trying to go straight.
I believe that people should be punished for rape. Yes.
You didn't answer my question.
Okay, your question is what
She should have to have that child.
Yeah,
and
people who
conceive.
are for abortion never bring up punishing the rapist, so I try to make sure that I do.
I'm all for
Okay.
punishing the rapist.
Well, no one ever
That's-
brings
that's-
it up on their own.
That's
Right.
We can infer that
Right,
rapists
right.
should probably go to prison. I'm talking about the baby that she now has that she didn't ask for.
Yeah. So they
Because
should
are
be
we
punished.
pro-rape? What are we talking
No,
about?
we're anti-rape, and we're
you
also
sure?
anti-punishing children to death for the crimes of their fathers.
They're not quite children.
What
They're
are
a bundle-
little
they're a
human
bundle-
beings?
They're a bundle of cells.
Let's go.
They
You're a
cannot
bundle of
exist
cells.
outside of my
You're a bundle of
uterus.
cells. We're all bundles of cells.
No.
You don't think you're bundles of cells?
So if I took a child that I conceived yesterday and put it outside of my body, could it then be just a child that lives and thrives?
That would be a human being that dies, because the human that's newly conceived cannot live anywhere except for. Well, I guess you could live in like petri dish for a little bit, but you'd have to be cryogenically frozen to remain alive. But a human being in the womb
So no, is what we're going
can only live in the womb up to a certain point.
So
Yeah.
ultimately,
I don't think people have value.
cells cannot survive outside
Right.
of my uterus.
And neither can a 1-year-old.
A 1-year-old is not inside my uterus.
I know, a 1-year-old on the concrete here with no one helping it,
That is a living,
they're not going to survive very long.
That is a living, walking, talking, functioning human being at that point.
Okay, so why...
I'm talking about the bundle of cells at the point of conception.
So the human that's in the womb, are they not living?
There's a certain point in time where scientists have deemed that it is now something that is a being, a sentient being.
Conception?
A bundle of cells is
Well, not sentient. You imported sentient. I don't think human beings are valuable because they can feel pain or have a beating heart or are aware of everything. I don't judge people as smarter and less smart. And I think all humans, regardless of everything, if you are a human, if you're in the category human, you are valuable and you deserve equal protection and equal justice under the law.
So here is where
I have the
here's
same
where
view
we
as
can
any
absolutely
abolitionist
agree.
at any time.
I believe that humans should be equally valued as well. But I believe that there's a point in time
When a human
where
becomes a human?
becomes an actual human.
So what is it before it's a human?
It's a bundle of cells.
What kind? What if
A
I said?
non-sentient
What if I just
bundle of
asked you?
cells.
What if I just asked you to consider that a human being undergoing biological development goes through a embryonic stage of development and then a fetal stage of development, and it never at any point do they go from a non-human to a human, but they're always a human developing. Like even whenever you have
cells are assigned to them to become
Yeah, so
human.
even at puberty,
Yes.
when you have cell division to finish the production of sexual organs in your body, right? Even at puberty, you're still cells undergoing cellular development.
Our cells undergo development every single day of our lives until we die.
Yeah, I don't think that. And that's why I think it's not a very good basis to fight injustice on level of development. Because if you look at it historically, and I'm not trying to offend you, I say this to anyone, they try to justify a lot of evil things by saying this particular set of people is not as developed. That's anyone who's ever done any massive evil to any group of humans has tried to justify it by saying they are less human.
And you don't think that it's inherently evil to make a woman have a child that
Well,
was
no,
forced on her?
she has a child.
Okay, so if
The
I'm
evil thing
walking
is
through-
removing
okay.
the child.
Okay, but
Killing the
but
child.
you think it's completely okay for her to have that child? A 10-year-old who
No,
was raped by her uncle. That's okay
she
for her
has
as
the
well.
child. If there's a child there, I think they deserve to be loved and protected, even if their life is rough and bad and
Even
they
if
were
the life is
conceived.
rough and bad. Okay.
So there are people out here that were
So you
conceived
said-
and
you
raped,
said- well,
and I
you
think
said
they're as
something-
equally valuable with us.
You said something that I want to get back to. You said that children deserve to be protected, right?
Sure, yeah.
That's what you
All
just said?
humans.
So I don't know if you're familiar with
nothing
the
to
show,
forfeit
the show
their
Law
life.
and Order SVU. They play this all the time. This is a right.
Yeah.
SVU. There's a little girl. She's menstruating. She's 9 years old. She was raped by her uncle.
Yeah,
Her parents don't believe in abortion, so they force that child to then have another child.
yeah.
When that could kill her,
so in
when
a
that could
television
kill her.
program, it actually happens, right?
Yes. very
Nine
much
is probably rare, but certainly a
so.
lot
Oh,
of
no.
11,
Based
12.
on the hormonal.
Yeah.
no, it's-
I'm not arguing. So I'm saying what I would advocate is loving that child and not punishing them to death. And if the only way to love that child is to put them up for adoption, that's certainly better than abortion.
Which child are you talking about punishing? Because the child who is getting ready to bear the child can die.
Right,
in
they're
childbirth.
both-
I don't know if you
they're
understand
both
how
human
violent
beings.
childbirth is, and it's probably because you don't have a uterus.
Well, I've actually delivered a baby, so
From your body? I thought you didn't have a uterus.
from my wife's body.
Oh, you delivered somebody else's baby.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with the way it works.
Okay, so you're aware of the
Where-
tearing, the way that your organs rearrange,
Yeah.
how women die in childbirth.
Some women have but that doesn't make it okay to kill babies in childbirth.
But it's okay for the host to die, that other child.
Oh, I don't think you should call her a host.
Oh, sorry, man.
She's a human being.
Yes,
She's
she
the
is.
mother of a child.
Yes, she is.
It's demeaning to call people hosts.
It's the meaning
Truck!
of a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it's a dehumanizing thing to call a mother who is with child a host, and it's a scientifically ignorant thing because she's not a host. To be a host, you have to have a parasite, and a parasite cannot be biologically related to its host.
So technically,
Different
babies are quite parasitic in nature. They require they require
they're
your
progeny.
body,
So-
that host in order to
So
you know AVP,
they're progeny.
Alien vs Predator.
I'm sure I've seen it. It's been a long time. What about?
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, if you ever like see how they insert themselves in the body and then like utilize you as a host.
Yeah.
Because they require your body.
Yeah,
in
the
order
thing
to-
that jumps out, it's not a human.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah, no, I just want to tell you, actually, people who have had abortions, there's actually statistics showing that the stem cells from the baby actually can help the woman with, like, heart disease and stuff, so there's actually benefits on having a child.
Yeah.
Of course, there's benefits.
So I would say it's parasitic, because that would be, what is it, like a...
Symbiosis.
Yeah.
But it's
so
actually not
there's
even that. It's
benefits.
just, it's more akin to symbiosis because of the benefits for both sides.
Yeah.
But in the end, it's how every last one of us
Yeah.
came to
I'm gonna
be.
take off for you didn't rate. I love that.
I just like the conversation, honestly, because it's just
I was the
it's
child
wild to me that you can be so against somebody else's ability.
Oh shit, yeah, I need to answer.
All right.